Hello guys and welcome back to JHS Halloween. So in today's video I will be doing an in-depth review of the 2015 and 16 little Skelly bones. So first things first, I'm going to show a demo just so everyone knows exactly what this prop does, sounds like, and moves, or how it moves. So once the demo is over, I will get into my comprehensive review of this animatronic. Alright, so here is the 2015 little Skelly bones. Just get them going.
You shouldn't be afraid of things that go bump in the night. Hasn't your mother ever told you that it's okay to play with dead
All right, so the 2015 little Skelly bones. Now, what is there to know? What is with this prop? How does it function? Things like that. I'll be going over all of that in this review. Now, I'll be going over a few categories. So that being price, the freak factor, or like how much it actually scares you, the durability. So a bunch of things like that. It's just a few different categories that I go off of that I will judge this prop with, and then I'll give an overall score of what it's actually like. So why don't we start off with the price? All right, so the little Skelly Bones animatronic goes for $149.99 American, and I think that translates to $179.99 in Canadian. Now, for what you're getting, the price is a little bit on the higher side. Now, of course, considering now animatronics, like nowadays, like it's $200 for a prop this size. At the time, most props were lower than 150, and you could almost find 6-foot props for about 120 or 130. So for an animatronic like this to be $150, it is a little bit on the higher side, but for someone who collects animatronics, this price is not totally unreasonable. Now, there are a lot of people who collect these props and sell them or just collect them and see how big their collection can grow their whole life. I was one of those people, and I used to collect these props all the time. So I know what it's like, and $150 may not seem like a lot, but to a lot of people, the price can definitely be on the higher side. It is a 3-foot tall swinging prop. The swinging mechanism alone at Spirit is about $40. I think even just Canadian. So it's like $30, something like that. American. So I'm not too big of a fan of the price of this prop just because of the size, and it's not like it has any crazy motion. The head moves and the swinging mechanism moves the prop. The swinging mechanism is $40. The head movement, it's really not that much. Like, there were a lot of props that were cheaper than this and larger or with more detail for the same, if not cheaper, and it was just head movement. So the price on this, not the best, but definitely not been the worst that we've seen for Spirit Halloween. And I think altogether, out of like a score of 10, I think the price is gonna probably set at like a 6.5 or a 7, just because it's really on the lower side just because of how small it is. Like, this prop compared to my hand, like the head compared to my hand alone, like that kind of gives you an idea. Like, this prop is not that large. It is definitely still a pretty nice and proper size prop. It's supposed to be a little boy on a swing who deceased. That's what the point of the prop is. But it is definitely still on the smaller side for Spirit Halloween props. But for the price, it's not terrible. It's definitely not terrible. Just the only thing that probably dropped it was the lack of movement in this prop. It's not that much movement. Like, there were many props that have this kind of price that were a lot more movements involved in the actual motion. So, like I said, I'm probably gonna sit it at a total of 7. Just I want to be kind. This prop's original, and a lot of people love it. So I think I'll be a little generous, and I'll jump it up to a 7 for the price. All right, so the next category is animation. I don't know if I said freak factor earlier. That was a category I did a long time ago, and I switched it over to animation not like maybe last year. So I wanted to continue that streak as an animation, not freak factor. So there was animation, audio, detail, and then durability is the last category. So there's 5 categories per review. So I will do the animation for this little clip. The animation is not too much. There's not too much on it. The head moves side to side, and the swinging mechanism will bring the prop back and forth as if it were on a swinging. The swinging mechanism is not the best. It doesn't make the prop move that much. If you remember from the little demo I showed at the beginning of the video, it didn't move the swing too much. It barely moves it. Now you may be thinking that it's just restricting it from back here, but if you put it on a tree or anything, it will move a tiny bit more, but it won't move a lot. It never has moved a lot. This prop doesn't usually move that much on a swing, nor does the little Skelly Bones zombie swing girl and pumpkin nester, you name it. And all of the swinging props, they don't swing that much. Because you got to think of it, it's this little swinging mechanism trying to operate an entire like rope, which the rope is obviously gonna bend, so making it really hard for the prop to swing properly. But the animation in the head, it does move side to side, and it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. The head movement is nice, but it's not that much. The mouth doesn't move, the head doesn't move fast, it just moves side to side, and the swinging mechanism, that's it. That's all this prop does. It doesn't move that much. The feet don't move, nothing. So it's not the best on animation. Like it does get the job done. It does sit there, it does look creepy, and it does have its head move side to side. And the swing does work, but other than that, it doesn't really do much. If the mouth moved, that would be a lot cooler. This prop would be a lot higher up in the animation scale. But because the head only moves side to side and the swinging mechanism makes the prop move a little bit, I will have to give the animation about a 5. Now, for the price, $150, I would expect a little bit more in the animation, which is okay. It's still a great prop, and I still love it, and I would never get rid of this one. But the animation for the price ratio is not the best. The animation is not too much as for the price being on the higher side. So, like I said, I'm going to give a 5 for the animation. Without any further ado, let's move on to the next category. Next category is audio. Audio on this prop, or audio on any prop, is always such an important thing to have on a prop. The right audio, the right amount of freak factor, the right audio will really dignify whether a prop is good or bad. The audio on this prop, I think, is honestly perfect. Every time I hear it, the nostalgia hits me so hard. The little creepy music playing in the background. I love the audio. I love it so much. I will show a small clip again, but the audio for this is genuinely perfect. Every time I hear it, it brings me back to Halloween when I was a little kid. And it's honestly just such an incredible audio. The voice box for him is a really good speaker, and the voice on him really suits how he looks. So the audio is honestly perfect. I don't know what else to say for audio because I'm going to show it and you guys can also judge it yourselves. But in my personal opinion, because of the nostalgia it brings me and how amazing it suits how he looks, I have to give the audio a straight 10 out of 10. I have to give the audio a 10 out of 10. The audio suits him very well, and also it brings back a lot of nostalgia. So without any further ado, let me show a quick clip of the audio.
Pray for the dead, and the dead will pray for you. They will pray for you, then they will pray on you.
All right, so the second to last category is detail. So the detail on this prop is also pretty good. You have the head, which has a lot of detail in it, and it really does look like a skeleton. It has a lot of depth in the face, and the eyes look that classic YJ look in the eyeballs of the bloodshot eyes. His costume is really cute. If it was an actual skeleton, this would be insane on detail, but it is just a costume, so it's not like anything truly incredible. The detail is really only in the face, but the face does look pretty awesome. I also do like the small freaky fabric that is on the swing that hangs down as he swings, and also I like the genuine rope that is used for the prop itself. I do like the rope, how it's genuine, because I don't know, it really makes a prop look a lot better. And I also really like the face of this animatronic. I think that there is a lot of detail in the face. Now, obviously, there can't be that much detail. It's wearing a costume, and costumes don't have a lot of detail in themselves. So it's not like I can give this a 10 out of 10. That's like literally impossible for me to say. But the only thing you can really look at is the rope, his face, and then the actual swing set, which is just a genuine wood base with freaky fabric on it. So it does still look pretty awesome. It does look pretty awesome, but it's not like I can give the detail a 10 out of 10 considering, well, he's wearing a costume. But I definitely can give it like maybe a 7.5 or 8. I think I'll go for 8. But the prop does still have a lot of detail in the face. Now, it may not look like that on camera, but it does have a lot of detail in person. You can definitely see all of the depth and the coloring in his face, which is really awesome. But it's not like I can give this thing a 10 out of 10. It's not like it has a full body. It's just a head that has the detail on it. So like I said, I think I'll give it an 8 just because of how awesome the face looks. So without any further ado, let's move on to the very last, but also very important category. All right, so the last category, but also probably the most important, is durability. Now, the durability on a prop is one of the most important things that you can ever have for an animatronic. Yes, the detail is awesome. Yes, the audio can dignify whether it is really cool or not, but there is no point in having a prop that doesn't move if you spent $200 on it. So, in this case, for $150, is the durability awesome or is it not? Let me get into that. The durability on this prop is pretty good. I have not seen many videos or clips of this thing broken online. I haven't seen a lot of clips. I haven't had any problems with it so far. I haven't had anything go wrong with it where I drop it or anything like that, but I've definitely not had anything go wrong with it in the sense of a wiring issue or the circuit board frying or anything like that. I haven't had any of those issues with this prop, and I haven't seen any videos online where this prop is broken. I have heard of head movements can stop in it. I have heard of that. I haven't seen it, but it's not a super hard fix. You just need to take off the hot glue and probably fix a wiring in the head. It's an easy fix too, but the durability on it is not something I have ever seen an issue with. I've never seen something go wrong with mine, even a tiny issue. The only thing that is pretty annoying is the legs down here. If I take off the legs, the foam on it, if I can get it to focus, it's not gonna focus. The foam on it will not stay glued on. It will just come right off of his swing set, which is okay, but it's an easy fix. It's just hot glue. But it still can be annoying to have spent that much money on it and have something like that go wrong. It's not a big issue, but it is definitely something that can be annoying. So I haven't seen anything go wrong with wiring or circuit boards, or I haven't heard of anything go wrong with it yet. So I definitely can give it like a 9 out of 10 on durability. I have dropped this thing before because it's fallen out of a tree, and I have not had one issue yet. So I definitely got to give it a 9 out of 10 for holding up really well for me, and also not really hearing or seeing any stories of it totally frying or breaking on videos. So without any further ado, let me tally up the points, and then we will go on to the outro. All right, so after tallying everything up, if I'm correct, I gave the first one, which was price, a 7. I gave the animation a 5. I gave the audio a 10, the durability an 8, and then the detail an 8. No, I gave the durability a 9, and then I gave the detail an 8. So altogether, that tallies up to 39 out of 50, which if you want a percentage, that's a 78%. It's definitely a great buy, and it's definitely something that people should purchase if they see one. I know of many people that want this prop, and I bought one of the last ones that were on the Spirit Halloween website. I bought it back in 2019 when it was still on the website. Now it's definitely a great prop. I love this prop. I love it so much. I always have this out before every other prop in the year. It's always the first one that comes out. I don't know why, it's just been a tradition. But altogether, I mean, a 78% or a 39 out of 50 with all of the marks tallied up, it's a great prop. If you're wondering where the 50 comes from, 5 categories, 10 points in each category. So do I recommend this prop? 100%. Definitely recommend the prop. If you ever see one, you should definitely purchase one. It's not like the price is $300 like a lot of props nowadays, where they make the prices insane and they jump them up really high, where there's something like this for like $250 now. It wasn't like that back in the day. It was only $150, which is why I gave the price a pretty high point, but it's not like there's a lot going on with the prop. But it's still definitely an original that people should purchase if they see one available. It's definitely one that's an eye grabber, and it's really great. I love this prop. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I possibly can. If I missed anything in this review, I can definitely answer that as well, or go over it at some point some other time. I hope I didn't miss anything. I think that was everything that you need to know for this prop. We have the audio, the animation, durability, detail, and price. Those were all categories that would probably are definitely needed to perfectly justify whether this prop is recommended or not. So yeah, without any further ado, I will see you guys in the next video, and bye bye.